Okay, guys, so a couple days ago, I uploaded my first round in Sudden Disaster 2. And as always, I wanted to bring the games to you, cast them, and talk through my approach. So thank you for the feedback on that. Thanks for all the interest. Let's just dive right into it. So I ended up doing like a full day of training for this. It was quite fun to prepare, played a bunch of different practice sets, got a really good feel for the maps, and felt that for most maps, I had the meta down, but then also I had like home run swings, super high risk, super high reward strategies. And I think last time I talked to you guys, I basically was like, I don't like to lose not playing like meta, what I feel is the best approach, because then I don't feel like I played like my best understanding. But also in talking to some people, it's a sudden death tournament. And if you are the underdog, it's an opportunity to be aggressive and be crazy. So I did really like go for all of my high risk, high reward strategies instead of whatever that meta may be, because I just felt like, you know, if he knows the meta, he's going to beat me. So I actually got exactly what I wanted with the draft, at least as far as the maps. I wanted Skakuza, but I didn't want to pick it. So we got that for game one. I wanted Wellsprings and I wanted Canberra. So game plan was amazing there. Koala and Palisade Socotra were his maps. Kind of like land, adapt. He's probably going to open Feudal Age. I was thinking Palisade Socotra would be very lamey with villagers, make it messy. Koala, I wanted to go fast castle, potentially, if I could get Romans in the draft with Scorpions, or potentially Armenians and Warrior Priests. There's some funky things you can do there. And then also potentially Bengalis. Wellsprings, I have a masterpiece that I will tell you about later. And then Canberra, I wanted to go fast castle and castle the water. And so you look at the draft here. We picked the civs and then we sniped. I was not expecting him to pick some of these civs. And I kind of felt like some of this could play right into our hands. I wanted him to go Bohemian, Spanish, some type of standard civ on Wellsprings. I felt for Canberra, I was hoping he'd go for a water civ. My play was actually absolutely best against water. I was hoping he'd go Saracens. I picked up Gurjaras because that's a counter to the strategy I'm going to try in Wellsprings. I picked up Bengalis because I think that's incredibly strong just in general, because a lot of these maps are clowny and the unique unit's really strong. Armenians was a backup if I wanted to play water on, but also, like I said, can be land approach. Lithuanians was for Skakuza, Ethiopians possibly Wellsprings, and then Teutons possibly Canberra, Tower Rush, Palisade Socotra, Tower Rush. Just like super messy stuff with Teutons was the plan. So let's dive into the games. All right, so my thinking here was you got to keep the opponent off the hunt. There's no boars on this map, and a lot of players are just early, like both players are just going to push the zebra. I think that's really silly when there's civs available that can deny that. So I tested this a little bit, and in order to go for the drush, which is what I'm going to try and do, I needed to have my hunt right away. I needed to have one. Which unfortunately it wrapped around the trees. And so this is like, you know, I got to be snappy. I got to be quick to slow him down. So that slowed us down a little bit. I was extremely shaky, which I was not in the previous rounds. I don't know if I had too much or too little caffeine. It might be the nerves of the moment. But anyways, the plan is to go for early barracks to stop him from taking the hunt. He's gone Catans, which there's a lot of fast feudaling here. There's a lot of spears. There's a lot of skirms. And so I felt as though the Catans were good if they can get the Feudal Age fast. And my strategy is meant to deny that. So here I come. I get real good start. We get the first hit, and there's no hills. So I'm always ahead in the scout war. This is doing exactly what I want. I'm going to delay him from taking his hunt. And I now am expecting him to eventually come to the middle. With some villagers, and I am going to be ready with the militia. Now, again, game one, super shaky. I tested this at Dark Age before. It's a really tight build. You only start with an extra 100 food as Lithuanians. You could see I didn't get my vills to work right away. Basically, I never got loom in any of my testing games, but I needed to get loom. I didn't have the food for the vills. But now I see him coming out with vills. So I consider myself down a vill because I have to get loom. We kill a vill, everything's good, right? Really important we do the damage. And he is just expecting this to be a relatively chill game. He's going to try and push a little bit. And my goal now is kill the villagers, right? Kill the vills, control the middle, force him to, go down a vill, and also potentially get loom. And so here he is, and there's my militia here, and my other militia are coming, and my scout is here. It's a perfect position for a block, guys. The perfect position for a block. I'm really focusing down that vill. And he just saves 2 villagers. Like, I cannot tell you how frustrating this is for me as a player. This is horrible. Like the strategy's good, right? The strategy's great. But the execution on 3 HP ruins the strat. Or doesn't ruin the strat, but that's horrible, right? So close. I mean, a little bit of a better blocking. He did a good job blocking with his scout. He did a good job fighting off with vills. How much of that is good fortune? I don't really know. I don't want to take credit away from him, but it should be even on vill count right now. And we have the hunt, and unfortunately, he's now up in vills. But this is going to be a test to see, like, how well can he fare without additional hunt. It's sad for us he didn't invest into the mill. That would have been nice for him to not be able to use this. And he ends up coming to wood now. He did get some food. I think he got like 3 ostriches or something. And so in the back of my head, I'm just like, okay, we got to stop him from taking the hunt. My feudal age will be later, but I think my economy will actually be better. I think that this will delay him more than what he's used to. And then I assumed he was going to go skirms. Skirms and scouts was what I was expecting from him. I felt Lithuanians, fast skirms, fast spears, really good follow-up. So, kind of easing into the game here. The 36 seconds of TC idle time was because of all the tightness of the build, as I said. And he comes over, sees I'm on the hunt. And his res collected's higher. That is to be expected because he has more villagers than me. And he's going to go to golds, which I never wanted to scout because I didn't want him to be cheeky and get extra food. But it looks like he's maybe got just enough. Normally, he could go up at like 18 pop, 19 pop, get all types of eco upgrades and early forging. But this has actually affected him. The fact that he's not on the middle hunt right now means that once he clicks up, he's basically out of food. We'll probably go for a pasture. So you can go pasture before mill? Wait, what? Huh. I actually didn't know that. That's really good because it's 100 wood for a mill. He's been able to pasture before that. What? Really? Huh. Well, obviously, if that wasn't the case, that would make my situation a little bit stronger. We're on the way to the next stage. Really struggling for food. I lost my scout trying to kill the villagers, so we'll see some Dark Age farms. I had to use a villager to get some of the sheep for a bit more food. And again, it's just like so painful. Like, look at my res right now. I'm like, I gotta go up, and then I drop off, and I'm still 50 away. And so now I'm committed now, and idling. It just... all of this, I think, is completely fine for me if I kill those 2 vills. But I just... oh, man. Like, the game is just like, screw you, T90. Like, okay, we're up. Painful to even rewatch this. 1 minute of vital TC time is brutal. But high risk, high reward, right? Like, high risk, high reward. Looks really good if it works. Doesn't look so good if it doesn't work. And I'm like the 400 elo underdog. This guy's ranked like 10th or 11th right now in the world in tournaments. Across like an ATP, which I think people don't realize. Actually, Hardy can put the ATP rankings on screen and also his elo. Just to make sure I'm not wrong on that. It might be more like 20th. Either way, I mean... I'm definitely off from that. So this is where I get annoyed with myself. The first time I bring my militia to the side to see something else, he starts to push in a zebra. So now I'm like, of course, right? And he opens with the range. Wow, so he doesn't have to build a mill for a long time here. Interesting. I didn't expect archers, actually. I really thought this was going to be skirms. But for now, he's in the next stage. Obviously has the slight lead. But I felt like maybe things are a little bit tight with his builds. And I actually have collected a lot of resources here. You can see with the res collected that things are actually pretty close. And so I was really debating on where to build my military buildings. Obviously, I could build it in the middle, but that could be very risky long term. I decided to build it here. This allows me to defend my woodline on the left. It also allows me to defend the middle in kind of an equal distance. Militia moving around just to stop any archer that comes forward and delay his movement a little bit. And here he is with his first archers. And now he is dropping his stable as well because he expects the skirms from me. And he didn't actually see them, but I think it's just the logical move for me to go double or even just like one range skirmishers from here. Also, it's a natural move to go scouts with the Katans because of the double forging. So him doing it while not scouting is just understanding what type of game this is going to be for both of us. Now he comes to the middle. Again, I never looked at his eco, so forgive me as I continue to survey here. But okay, so he's delaying his pastures significantly still. And we haven't lost any villagers. He's had some idle time. We've got a lot of skirms in queue. And immediately have an opportunity here to jump on this archer. And unfortunately, the theme of this game is a unit survives on like 1 HP. We get the snipe there. Didn't remember if that happened or not. And now I'm like, okay, we got a tower here. So I did expect the scout follow-up at some point. I didn't actually see this in the game. I just sent my militia around. I actually did not notice that stable was there already. So when I saw a scout, I initially think it's the weak scout from earlier. And we're slowly house-walling this direction to protect the back of our base. And I want to disrupt him and keep him off the hunt as much as possible. Man, the food eco for him is crazy considering he doesn't have the hunt. Like, pastures are so freaking strong, man. I know they nerfed the Katans, but my opinion is pastures are still absolutely insane. I don't know the math on it. But if you could build the one before even building a mill, that's actually crazy. Anyways, now I know he has more scouts. I'm staying in the game. The goal is to build up a bunch of spears and a bunch of skirms. Res is kind of at the limit for me right now. I want to delay him, and I want to frustrate him. Look at the confidence. He just stays here anyways, because the skirms don't kill him that quickly. But I'm like, all right, I'm going to force you to come over here and deal with this. And now he's getting fletching for the archers. Now I'm very much aware what type of game this is going to be. And I'm already on stone. So the plan is, guys, I get the tower down. And once the tower's down, I basically protect this whole entryway. I'm not worried about any of the res on the other side. He's not going that way. Then I've got the tower in the middle to protect. And then I can attack him, and he can't really be attacked or defended in the same way. So he does come in with some scouts. He snipes his first villager. That's where I thought like he might have actually had forging. He did not. And I'm just now getting the res to go for the tower. So the safe play for me right now is to just stay home, wait for the tower. But you're in a constant cycle of, especially when you're behind, you need to do more. Okay? So, yeah, I could bring all my skirms and my spears here. I could sit here and I can defend. But I'm like, he's never going to come this way because he saw my skirms coming this way. So I'm going to go forward right now to hit those vills. I didn't know his units were here. So the safe play, the easy play. Like, look, I'm not in that big of a rush right now. The easy play is just keep all my army here. But I'm like, he never in his right mind with 3 weak scouts is he going to move out. Because he can lose all his army. I can completely jump and kill all of his archers. Well, he's here. And this is very, 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 very bad. And now, again, what do? Should I bring my army back? I would argue no. Because I'm completely royally screwed. This is game ending. Unless I do counter damage. So, yeah, painful to watch. He kills a lot of villagers. This is literally where all my resources are on the outside. That's why that tower would have been perfect. And game number 1, Sora Kuma has a massive villager lead. And now I'm trying to bring spears forward because I know he will have some scouts. And his archers are just waiting for them. And, yeah, I mean... again, the start not killing those vills... combined with the nerves and shakiness that I was feeling to start the series, painful. Painful, 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 painful. I think if we kill those 2 villagers, and everything else plays similarly, and I'm somewhat patient here, I actually think the opening's relatively smooth. Do I think we have a massive lead? Probably not, because my buildup was a little awkward in getting the militia out. But, like, we had a game plan. We had opportunities after the initial game plan didn't do well, but he just executed really well against all the pressure. And I tap out because I'm going to lose every single skirmisher here. There's no way I could get to the spears. I was going to resign right here, but like wanted to play on a little bit more and see if I could do something. But yeah, that's just, I don't know. That's one to think about for me. I almost, like, you have to credit him for moving out and being aggressive. But I want to watch this again from his perspective now with you. Like, he sees my skirms here. This is wild to me that he's out. Like, he can't even engage against these skirms right now with these scouts. Obviously, he's going to move in. But, like, maybe he saw my skirm movement this way. I mean, he's confident. He's a better player. He's trying to be sneaky. He probably feels like he can do no wrong. But damn, like, I would never move in there with my archers because I'd be worried I would lose everything, and it just won him the game. So, GG to him. So, we lose the first game. We had some cooked-up strategies for the future games, though, all right? Let's talk about it. All right, so game number 2. Now, here is a case of rock, paper, scissors. Let me explain. So, it's still pretty early rounds. Haven't seen that many games on it yet. But I find more and more that people are going to go for the double water approach less on this map. And I think that is because there's strategies that can counter that normally revolve around fast castle. So I didn't know what civ he was going to go for. I ended up going for Bengalis here. I was debating on going Armenians. I was debating on going for a lot of different civs because I could have played Bengalis elsewhere. But I needed a bounce back game. And I felt like the additional Vils is literally like, it's a free lead. So I needed that free lead because I was down freaking Vils in the previous game. So the initial strat was to go fast castle without a dock. Actually, was it fast castle without a dock? No, sorry. Fast castle with a dock and 3 or 4 fish. I was expecting him to go for like Armenians, Italians, Byzantines, Persians, play into some fires and try and kill the fish. And then my plan was to castle the shoreline. It kills all the fish. There's only this spot to fish. So fishing is then useless. Play into some Ratha, play into some monks, and really pressure him as he then tries to recuperate and make it to Castle Age. I had to deviate from that. Because what do you think when you see Bohemians? You don't think Feudal Age play. And so I wasn't really certain that it would be a good move for me to... I didn't think it would be a good move for me to just drop a castle YOLO in the middle. I debated going double dock, but I think going double dock here is really bad against monks, which I was really worried that he would make. So basically, I was thinking about it in my mind as I'm doing this, and I did a training game with Nikov, came very close to beating him, did some training games with like Ozone and Ween Dinchester and some other players, and I was thinking like, okay, this just is going to turn into monks then. I can't go Ratha because he would just go monks. Then I'm going to have to go monks to counter monks, and it's a massive clown fest. I'm not great with monks. Bengalis have good armored monks, but it is not armor against conversion. So, circle in my head, circle my head, circle my head. And Nikov told me, he said, against fast castle, super fast transport is really, really good to force reactions. And I was like, okay, so I can go feudal. We could force reactions with archers and a super fast transport into his base. Hope we get some damage there. And then what do I need to do to recuperate and make it to Castle Age? I need to seed a bunch of farms. Super healthy food eco to go Lightcap versus monks. So that's how I came to the conclusion of what I was going to do in this game. Now, I debated going man-at-arms. Because in the past, I'd gone man-at-arms with archers. But... again, in Nikov's perspective, he didn't think Man-at-Arms was really worth it. It slowed your build down. So yeah, in the past, in round 1, I went Man-at-Arm Archers, but I also Dravidians had better bonuses for that. Now, there's a lot of small things in every game that can give players advantages. He actually has his gold and stone all on the same side. This is absolutely brutal for him if I take control of this area and pressure. I have an easier path to this side. So I'm going to be attacking the side that he is not necessarily going to need right away, which is not great. I kept looking to see how many fish he had. I actually thought right now, like, holy crap, he's going to go double dock water. And I was really annoyed it didn't stick to my initial game plan because I only saw 2 fish. So it's an interesting build from him. I feel like if I was going fast castle, I would add more fish. But See how he handles it. Both of us push some deer in from the outside. And so my plan is immediate fire galley to pressure on water. Protect from a demo. He might add a demo to kill my fish if he's giving up water. So I don't have the advantage there. And then fast transport. And you can thank Nikov for this. Because Nikov told me it's really good to apply lots of pressure and force reactions. Now at this point, I'm still really shaky, guys. I'll talk more about it at the end of the series. Maybe I think it's just because I don't have the experience. But some days, man, even unranked, I'm like super high anxiety, and other days I'm not. But he makes a fire, I make a fire. And I'm not expecting... I actually think that's going to be a demo from him in there. So I'm waiting. That's why I spread out my fish. We're applying pressure here. We have the archer range here. He's on the way to Castlate after selling stone. And he is going to be going monks. So we have the additional vills. We have the fish working for a little bit. And now I've got the transport ship, which I don't think he was ever expecting. And now I'm like, okay, we gotta get through here fast. And this is really nice timing, if I do say so myself. We move in this way. The transport doesn't eject the units right away, because transports are weird like that. And he doesn't actually have loom. So we're gonna park our our archers here. And we kill a villager with the archers. And now he has 2 fire galleys, which was not something I was expecting. So a little bit awkward for me. Because I couldn't get out. And so I tried to use my transport as a distraction. He micros away. But behind this, back to my point, the eco's looking smooth, man. I can farm. He doesn't have any farms. He doesn't have any working fish. My eco is flying right now. So, I'm really happy with our adaptations. Because I think it's really key to adapt. And I think had I gone for the castle strategy, everything that I said would have happened. We both would have, I'd have slightly better eco, but it wouldn't be fantastic. Get a little sloppy here. I wasn't paying attention to this archer for a second or two. We end up saving that. These villagers, I just want to hold this map control right now. This army here, I'm kind of stuck with, though, unfortunately. I can't get out. And I know he's going to make monks. So that's expected. My fishing ships here, unfortunately, are getting roasted. But we were able to fish for a little bit longer than him. And the key behind this is we're cooking with farms. Farms take a long time to pay off. We've got that time right now. We're farming away. And also, he brings the fire galley this way. We end up getting the kill. He tried to repair it there, and I focused the repair villager with the archers. Unfortunate for us that there wasn't a gold like this that we could be denying right now. He probably would have never taken that, but I guess you could argue that that is the case. But now I'm in this weird spot. Now my units are trapped, but I don't want to delete them because I'm stubborn as hell. And I really don't want... But I don't want him to... Actually, let me just play it. The reason I don't want to delete is because then he can move on to everything else. The longer I stay here, the more I'm annoying for him, the longer I have time to do everything else, right? So, here he's trying to convert a villager, which he does convert. He actually at the same time converted the archer. So I saw this villager later and was confused. His monks are massing right now. He still doesn't have good food eco compared to us. And I'm going to drop a market now. And I still have the water control, by the way. So I'm still holding that area, which is important on this map. My archers are here to see what's up. And every time he tries to convert, I know that he's going to have to delete his walls to come get me if I move a little bit. So I'm just trying to be annoying. Which I would like to say I had accomplished. But unfortunately, I go back home to use the market, and then my scout gets converted. Not great to give him another scout. I would have been okay with giving him an archer. Now he's got 2 scouts, and he's kept the others alive very nicely. So, where's the action been? All the action has basically been on the water and here. I know, there was a little side attack, but there's a lot of darkness up here. So, with it being sudden death, I'm immediately thinking he may pressure me now, and I need to be prepared. Now, he does see the stable. I could have moved out with this scout right there, I guess, to kill the monk. But I thought he had all the other monks around, which I guess he did, but maybe I could have taken the chance there to kill that monk. Either way, we're 1,400 ahead in res collected, which is what we wanted. And now I'm starting to shift my focus to the north. And I'm like, please no demo, please no demo, please no demo. And now again, those monks, this is why I said I didn't want to just go like straight boats and nothing else. The monks can actually convert the boats here. So he converts one, but his dock's still weak. I've still got the army around. And I'm massing scouts. But I don't know how intense this is about to be yet, because I didn't get to see this. Him attacking me there stopped me from seeing exactly what was happening. But this is sudden death, so I can sense that something's probably going on, but I don't know to what extent, and now I'm going to outpost. I did build some houses and outposts and just buildings down here, so now I have vision on this all the time. And then there's a ram, and obviously panic-inducing to see the ram right now. So, I thought about maybe using the demos and the fires on the shoreline, but that's risky because you can get conversions on the ships. Light cav's on the way for me. And my gold and stone is all within, like, somewhat within where this attack is going to happen. And I need patience here. If I fight right there, I just die. 3 unupgraded scouts is not enough. Light cav is possibly enough. So I know I'm going to be under pressure on this gold. We drop a tower there. I shift to another gold there. And I'm trying now to snipe the reinforcements of monks. That's the key. He comes in with those scouts that he's gotten amazing value with, but he sees a tower. And I just tossed my archers in the tower because I felt like that would be, you know, nice help. Again, I'm shaky here. I don't know why my vills are going this way. I lose 2 vills. I donate a villager to the front lines. That was super weird. But I've got the light cav around. And I'm winning water now, so I'm even able to add fish. So we've been patient. We sniped the Mangano. We're able to get away. We've got a very nice position in this game as long as we do not die. Do not die or do not choke. One or the other. Now, Ram's coming in, but we have a light cav around still. And I felt like at this point, he's not reinforcing with monks. The spear number's only going to get higher. We got to put an end to this right now. We need a big engagement. He only has 4 spearmen. So my goal is to focus down the monks and then use the navy at the same time. The demo lands. And we're attacking the monks. And he gets way more conversions than I was expecting there. Not the best fight. But it's also not the worst fight. Like, when you have a lead, that's okay. So, we kind of stall out the push a little bit. Now, in the back of my mind, I'm still thinking, like, I need to try and kill him. Like, this is sudden death. This is a lot of pressure. I have no initiative right now. I thought about a forward siege workshop, but then one monk locks that down. The monk's even just, like, waiting for this. So, it almost looks like he's looking for it as well. So, I didn't really have an avenue to do that yet. Now, I'm going to get armor. Maybe you could make a debate here that I need to get forging so I can kill the monks faster. But picking off the reinforcements is working here. Sniping a monk, sniping a spear. We're ahead in this game. But we are in the more awkward position. And I'm shaky. Shaky. Actually, what's my APM average right now? Normally, it's like 58 to 60 at the end. I'm wondering if it equates to being like 5 or 10 above that. So, he's getting a couple snipes. And now my light cav go in. I am getting more upgrades. But we snipe the monks because I'm just sick of these monks now. And I'm like, okay. We've actually, we've done it. We've held somewhat. A little awkward to push the siege workshop back. But the towers helped out with some kills. It's super nice. I did have 1 villain there, it looks like. But it's super nice that I only have the 4 archers, which are just kind of left over. They're helpful now. And now in my brain, I'm starting to think about how I kill him. Like, can I potentially do that? That's where my mind is, because I thought the monks were finished. And now there's more monks all of a sudden. And I thought he was converting a fishing ship here. I thought he was converting a fishing ship, and then I realized, oh, he's converted a dock. Which, I mean, both are not great, but I think losing the dock is not good at all either. And then here as well, I lose a fire galley. And now, like, literally for 30 seconds before all this, I thought it was fine. Now I see he's coming in with a lot of monks, and I think I need a defensive castle. My plan was, I was looking around. My plan was a castle over here, Because I can't castle here. Like, I can't castle the best castle spot because I can't pass over there. Like, this is such a good position for him to push from. Had I known this, I would have maybe gone archers from that side. So now we need to go for defensive castle to hold. Now, I was very safe with my siege because I knew he had monks. And he pops out with mangonels, so this is where things get crazy. But once my castle's up, my castle's able to focus down his monks. And then my mangonel behind means his ram can't push my TC. So again, we're safe. The Light Cav are over here, sniping some monks, still being active there. Bohemian Spearmen are really strong against Light Cav, so I have to be careful. And now, my fishing ships are kind of useless right now. You can see my eco's kind of cooked. I've moved everything to golden stone. It's just gotten really crazy. And he immediately shifts over to this side. So I just can't seem to find an answer for this. I did drop a monastery to get the relics. Actually, I want to know what happens here, because I thought I told this monk to convert. And now I need a tower. This monk... Okay, I do tell it to convert. And it just dies. Okay, got it. So, yeah, I need... Oh, it was a new monk there. Okay, that's... I saw that other monk die. I was confused. So, yeah, earlier I was unsure if I wanted a defensive castle or not. And so I went for the university. Super scatterbrained, super panicky, super nervous. It ends up working out because now I need defense. But so I've come to the conclusion. I'm not killing this. That's impossible. I'm not moving out here with ease either. This is really bad. I didn't know any of the situations. I didn't know he was going to go up to imp, but I'm like, this is really bad. He has control of the water. He's got control of land. He's got relics. And it's sudden death. So, I have to defend, but then I have to find a way to kill him, right? Because without that, it just doesn't feel like this game's ever going to go my direction. The guard tower completes. I don't have Bodkin yet. He's repairing that mangonel. Once Bodkin's in, the mangonel will get cooked pretty fast. I thought he would actually back away here. The second I'd see guard tower, I'd probably back away, but he's repairing very nicely. I'm still over here with my light cav. I just saw the monks behind there. They started to convert me. I'm going to double back for those. But here he is pushing. He's on the way to Imperial Age, which is awful for us. I'm going to need something desperate. And we lose some vills. But he ends up losing the ram, and the tower barely stays alive here. We got very lucky. And now my light cav swoop back in. We're going to kill all three of those monks. And then we land a crazy shot there. And so now we have hope. Now we have hope, okay? That was a good sequence of events. And I had to try something nuts. Mangonel, unfortunately, gets converted underneath the tower. So I decide... You can tell I'm misclicking and stuff. I didn't complete the dock yet. But I decide I have to try and transport and take out his TC. Because I don't see anything out. My eco's completely rattled and cooked, and I had no space. I, built houses in here, yeah. So, the only thing I could think of was transporting a castle drop onto his TC. Because I didn't have the food for petards. Petards would be good if I had, 300 food. But I need something, really fast. It got really silent here. I know he's probably on the way to imp. I know he's probably going to drop a castle. And I know he's probably going to treb push me down. Now, this is obviously extremely risky because he has a dock. He has a fire ship. But he's so secure that he's never going to expect it. That's my thinking. I mean, this is the only thing I could think of. He's going to see anything else. So I'm trying to keep him busy with the light cav. And here we go. Transport's on the way, guys. And I'm rolling through the middle, which he has control of. And there I go. 19 bills in a dream, hoping there's a castle spot. And if there's a castle spot, then I could maybe make some petards. It's unfortunately extremely obvious if he's paying attention, and he is. And so here I go. And I'm like, oh god, get out, get out, get out. And I place the castle. I have a spot for it, but my vills are moving around. And then his vills block the foundation. And he does the right things. I mean, he noticed. He knew to bring the monks. He knew to just fight with his vills. He knew to block the foundation. Castles are pretty big, of course. And, again, it looks really bad, right? I add the dadgum. I find a spot for the castle finally. But that's never going up. Like, this castle will just be denied. Like, I will lose these villagers here. Maybe I shouldn't have resigned. Maybe I shouldn't have resigned, actually. I don't know. The reality is, one bombard cannon comes over here and takes the castle down anyways. I have no time to take down his TC. It would never happen. I don't know. Maybe I could have played on a little bit more, but yeah, it didn't work out. A lot of my vills were weak. I only had like 4 or 5 that were building. And he's could build a tower to deny that at this point. So yeah, yeah, those freaking monks were tough, man. Like, I had to deal with them so frequently, and then there was just always more. And we had more res collected the whole game, but I wasn't actually scaling into anything of value. Bohemians was his first pick. Bengalis was my first pick. This obviously kind of felt like it needed to get a win. I think I played better, like, the first game. I also think we were a little unlucky in some ways. Like, had I pushed here, I really wonder how things go. Was the transport too ambitious? Maybe. I think the thing that I actually regret is I didn't expect him to make fires there. So I would have actually, in hindsight, wanted to maybe even delay the transport. I actually would have loved to go man-at-arms. Like, if I have man-at-arms in Feudal Age, I'm actually breaking down the houses. I'm actually pushing him further back and deeper into his base. I actually think I would have made progress, but Bengalis weren't a great civ for it. So yeah, tough. What was my average APM? It's probably just the same. Yeah, it's the same as always. I just, yeah, was feeling nervous. So, we had things play out kind of how we wanted in terms of the civs and maps to an extent. We're down 2 games. I think these days, if I'm playing in another tournament, down 2-0 and I'm not feeling good, not feeling confident, not feeling like I can win, I actually would go for the hardest possible map for me next. With the logic being, I want to get the momentum back. So I think I was debating on going Koala and Palisade Socotra, which I think I had good strats for and could have gotten some wins. And then saving Wellsprings for the final game. That's fun if you want to win the series. But it's a fun tournament, and I knew there's lots of people watching, and I wanted to show you guys my strat for Wellsprings, and I might not have had another choice or another time. So I said, okay, let's just go to our home map, Wellsprings, and let's show the people what we've got. All right, so let me explain Wellsprings, all right? So you've got this spring that connects to the other side and thus into the opponent's base on this map. There's 30,000 food on that fish, so everyone is just instantly milling that. Usually not even taking their sheep and boars. We'll see if he does. In all my testing, I never did. He picks the Georgians, so he can use the mule cart for wood. That's really nice because when I go for the early mill, have the chopped straggler trees to get the wood. I also find the straggler trees are really inconsistent in how they spawn. So it's small details, but I've had much better generations of stragglers in my testing. Now, why Ethiopians, you ask? Oh, hold on, back up. Most important thing about this spring is if you destroy the aqueduct, it explodes for everybody. The fish disappear, and it creates an opening into the opponent's base, okay? Now, I had drafted Gurjaras because I had seen players go Gurjaras and go elephants. Their siege elephants destroy things so quickly, so they just go super fast castle, forward siege, bust in, kill the TC. But he picked Georgians. And I assumed that he had seen the Gurjara strategy before. Oh, hold on. Back up. Pause. I assumed that he had seen the strategy before because a bunch of people did it, and he picked Georgians to go for like Lycav and Manaspa against it. Get a lot of melee units out and kill those elephants fast. You pretty much win the game, okay? So I picked Gurjaras because I didn't want to play against it. And I also picked Ethiopians because I want to go Siege Tower Shota Warriors. Okay? Don't laugh. I've done it in practice games. You build a defensive castle. It protects your TC. So if they do push you, which might happen, you're safe. And then you fill 2 siege towers with Shotels, all attack upgrades and arson. You use your castle to shoot the aqueduct. It takes like maybe 8 or 10 volleys, and then you time it and you zoom out. Like, they don't have enough time to react, man. They don't have enough time to react. And if they go light cav, not enough. The show tells kill the light cav. If they try and quick wall, not enough. The show tells melt everything. And you just roll right into town and you freaking destroy. Okay? I'd done it with Samurai. I'd also done it with Shotel Warriors in testing. I felt like those were the best. And I thought he was going to expect like Archer play. Archer adapts, type of play. So now, I say this more and more in my cast these days. Underdog always takes the coin flip, right? Underdog always takes the coin flip. Capture Rage is really not going to let me see the HP because I went too far. Okay. So sorry, Capture Rage is bugged, but the HP is actually the same for both of us in this fight. I'm down 2 games. I really am willing to take risks to this point. So here we go. We start the scout fight. I'm expecting him to back away because he's Georgians and his scout regenerates in feudal. So I say good luck, and I'm trying to convince him to stay in the scout fight. He says no, and I say don't leave. You're up 2-0. Chance it, because I want the 50-50. I want it to go my way. And I lose the freaking scout fight. It's so stupid, dude. It's so stupid. Like, in the first game, there were 2 villagers with collective 3 HP. Those should have been kills. My opening would have been much better. And then here, AoE God said, screw you, T90. Said, this is horrible because it would have been a masterpiece. He would have never seen me on stone, okay? Would have never, ever, ever seen me on stone, which is outside the walls on this map. Now, another thing, and is he bringing in boars at all? No, he's just on the shorefish too. Another thing, the stone generations are really, really inconsistent sometimes too. Sometimes you get a stone generation off to the side. So I was kind of hoping for some sneaky stone in the back corner. Didn't get it. And guys, like, I really thought about this, and I really think I'm just unlucky. He earlier had scouted this side, okay? So I saw him scouting this side. Yeah, his scout's here. And I saw it scout rather thoroughly in this direction, which in my mind meant he will never go back this direction. He will not go there at all, right? He will be on the other side. So we lose the scout fight. And now he's on the way to feudal age, which I'd never seen before. I've talked to people about this already. They think whatever he did is a bad strategy against every single fast castle strategy that they could think of. It might actually be decent to stop what I'm trying to do. So where am I going out? I'm going to take the stone here. If I take the stone here, I'm completely fine. Over on this side could be a problem because the scout is coming this direction. And so the build, because mostly people are going fast castle, is you got to put 3 villagers on stone. You have double mill on the shorefish. You're getting plus 100 food and plus 100 gold when you get to the next stage. I normally take like 200 to 300 stone from out here. I come back. I buy the rest of the stone for the castle. Defensive castle. Everything's smooth. I even idle my TCs. The show tells Arson comes in. That's the plan. Okay? I just need him to not go feudal age army on a map with stone walls, which is pretty safe bet, you would think. And I need him to not find me. Like, if I go here, he doesn't see it. But he sees me. And he just happens to be going feudal age. I'm actually tilted watching this right now. So here he comes. He sees this. I'm like, wait a second, he's in feudal? I was thinking, what do I do? And I was going to build an outpost to see. And now he's here with Vils. And I'm like, how unlucky is this? Who does this crap? Again, I played a bunch of practice games. I watched a lot. You're not seeing this play that frequently. I try and quick wall, but I knew this Vil would probably die. So I saved these 2. So yeah, he's going, like, archers? He's going tower rush. And the tower rush itself, I wasn't actually that worried about. But at this point, I kind of felt as though it was not possible for me to go for the Shotel Warrior masterpiece. It's too risky to get out to stone. I really wanted to do it. But if I could pull off the fast castle in my mind, I felt like just going for siege, like Pike Siege, to pressure his TC would be the play. So, again, weird build from him. He's dropping a stable to add some scouts for map control here. He killed one Vil. I think word is getting around on how to properly defend from this type of tower rush. I think we're going to see it less and less. Even when people add archers, like the towers just aren't hitting enough of their volleys. And so if you have Loom, which I do, it was very nice I was able to get Loom before you click up. You can buy some time. So we're playing some games here. I'm like, go ahead. Are you going to attack? Are you going to garrison? We're playing some games. And I'm actually just trying to delay. And I'm going to rotate in 4 healthy Vils and just boop a stone wall down. Because once you make it to Castle Age, all your stone walls get more HP. I just need a little bit more time. So yeah, I could just click all the villagers back and it's completely fine. Not a problem. Not a problem. But I have no recollection of ever clicking that Vil there. And I realized in the final seconds. Painful. So again, we get really unlucky. I still was determined to try and go Showtails. He's added scouts, and I actually see this, and that's good for me. The fact that I saw that without him spotting me, because... And maybe he's now intentionally camping the stones. But yeah, I just felt, okay, we can't go for the castle anymore. We got to go for rams and pikes. We can't boom, it's sudden death. So we keep doing the wall trick. Res Collected's actually higher for us. And you get the free pikeman upgrade with Ethiopians. That's pretty good. He's got scouts. Pikes are pretty good. And I just did not want anything to ever happen here. So I just said, let's make it simple. We'll tower. We'll stonewall. I just need to focus all my attention on the push to go and kill him. And he's going to be in Castle Age in about 20 seconds. Let's just look at his position real quick. He obviously knows he's going to break through here. He can't disrupt the fish. His scouts are just patrolling around, just trying to see what I'm going to do. Because maybe he expected some crazy stuff. So now he's kind of playing arena. I thought he would go fast castle. So imagine he goes fast castle into scouts and then monks, which I think was very feasible and arguably way better. Even though it actually worked out here. There, I'm on stone that whole time. Or at least long enough as I need. And I'm building the castle. And I'm massing the siege towers. And I'm massing the showtails. But I'm going rams. I'm going pikes. And I was really cramped here. And so I knew that he spotted me. And I knew that that would probably mean some type of response. And so I'm like, let's go. Let's try and make the play. And let's try and kill that TC, baby. Let's get a win on the board. He doesn't actually have the wood right now for a siege workshop. Adding mangonels would make sense. And we're chewing our way in for the boys and the girls. Trying to break into his base. Now, I'm going to assume that he knew the situation here. I forget. I watched his first round games. I forget if he played this map or not. I think he did. So, yeah, he should have known. And now we're through. It's a pretty cool idea. And now we both lose the shorefish. But that's fine for me because I'm not planning on having shorefish. I'm planning on killing his TC. So he's got monks. Every time he tries to convert a pikeman, I'm trying to hop out here. And we've divvied up the pikemen into different groups. We're making a move for that town center now. He actually has a ton of vills in and around this TC, which makes it awkward. And I've just got to kill him right now. I've just got to kill him. The pikes are out. The pikes are out to kill whatever's attacking me. And my pikes are not really... I'm realizing now my pikes are not really defending well. Like, the pikemen were moving off to different targets. And, yeah. Unfortunately, not enough. And we're going to lose the siege workshop. And we call the GG because my eco's crap. His eco's better. He's got army. You know, that was an all-in push. So we get swept. Sora Kuma actually said to me, he said that if I had more pikemen there, he thinks he dies. Which is interesting. Unfortunately, I think I needed more patience. I felt because he saw me that I had to move out, which I think is correct. I needed to position my buildings better, I guess, but it's tough to put siege in the back of your base when the opponent is so far away and you need to kill fast. I'm not that... actually, I'd be wrong if I'm saying... I'd be lying if I said I wasn't disappointed in this. I think I got unlucky at times. Again, players, I talked to players after, they were like, he got really fortunate with just finding your stone. Tower rushing is really weird on this map, and he just happened to go to that side. So I'm bummed that with that, I felt like it's probably a skill issue, but 2 villagers collectively on 3 HP in game number 1, really brutal. Like, I felt like I actually had a good opening there. I felt like my adaptations were decent in game number 2. And then here, I mean, things got rough, but we almost killed this TC. I don't know. I felt like I had more to give. Even though I wasn't expecting to win this. I think I had I gave myself a 25% chance. But my prep was good, and I gave it a shot. And, you know, I got to learn. So, yeah, I'm still happy to share the experience with you guys. I really believe in the strategy of going for the Siege Tower Showtells and Samurai. I've used it. People don't expect it. It's great against, like, unique unit play. Like, people drop a castle. You just roll right by. A lot of people goes for ranged unique units. If they go for crossbows, you just roll right by. Like, nothing kills the Siege Tower. It's so freaking fast. The best thing against it is, I guess, Feudal Age play to deny the stone. But if you go Feudal Age play to deny the stone, like, his strategy, I think, is just is open up against normal strategies. So I think there's some potential for what I was going to try. But yeah, thank you everyone for rooting for me. Thank you for everyone for having interest. I was just really shaky today, and he out-executed me in small moments, and it snowballed big time. So, and I got to be better. You know, I got to be better to beat someone like Sora Kuma. That's the reality. So we gave it a fight. I appreciate the opportunity. It was fun, and I will continue to sign up for what tournaments I can. Hopefully there will be more tournaments that kind of fit the caliber of player I am. This one felt like it wouldn't be completely demotivating because in the first round I could have maybe get a win, and then the second rounds it gets really difficult. So I really like this tournament format and tournaments like this because LAN qualifiers, things like that, I'm just going to be matched against somebody who's like top 30 and like someone like Sora Kuma in the first round and just be completely obliterated. So trying to build up confidence, trying to get experience. Maybe then I won't get shaky and nervous sometimes. But that might just be part of it. I don't know. Anyways, thank you for watching, guys. I'll be casting a lot of this tournament. There will be lots of good games on the main channel. Love and appreciate all the comments and feedback I've gotten on my tournament casts. So thank you very much, everyone. Hopefully I can get more wins in the next tournament. We'll see. But either way, it'll be good content. Thank you. See you next time.